with Jeff I can't say his name. With Jeff Bezos. I've watched interviews with Jeff Bezos. So today we're going to talk about 7 millionaire habits that I've seen as a recurring theme across these specific types of successful people during my time in the banking industry. What's up guys, it's Warren Gosling here, coming to you once again with simple, actionable financial education tips. If you find today's video useful, don't forget to subscribe. And hello to all of you new subscribers. There's been over 100 of you in the last month, so you're very welcome indeed, and I'm happy to welcome you into our financial freedom community. Welcome guys. So let's get straight into this. I'm not going to waste any of your time guys. Firstly is a millionaire habit that I've seen over and over again consistently, which is that they jump on opportunities and they don't procrastinate guys. Guys, if I had £1 for every time a person said that they want to invest in the stock market, they want to start a business, they want to go and get a buy-to-let property, they want to try contracting guys, but oh, it's too risky, isn't it? Or I've just got to sort out a few things first, but I'm definitely going to have a look at it in 6 months from now. 6 months comes around, oh, something else comes up, but I'm definitely still interested, yeah? Just need a little bit more time. There's always an excuse, guys, with these types of people. And I don't want to be harsh, but the end result is that they never end up doing anything and stuff doesn't end up happening. They stay where they're at and opportunities just pass them by, guys, over and over again. I don't know, do you know anyone like that in your lives? The second habit of successful people that I've seen, guys, is that they're very efficient with their time. When you ask them what they're doing, they either tell you what they've just finished doing, what they're doing now, or what they're about to do, guys. It's really just like nothing, okay? Of course, downtime and rest are very important, guys. It's essential. As a person who's been personally signed off work before with burnout, I'll be the first to promote a healthy work-life balance, guys. Lots of interests outside of work, meditation, exercises, holidays, guys. I'm all for it. But in parallel to all that and balancing it out, one thing that people who are wealthy understand is that time is money, guys. And that expression is a massive cliche, but it's about as old as dirt for a reason, guys. In economics, you have a concept called opportunity cost, which is basically the cost of not doing something. So you're missing out on certain benefits by going for an alternative option, guys. So that alternative option might be just jamming, playing PlayStation, not going for a viewing, not investing in the stock market, not doing research into potential buy-to-let opportunities, not saving. And in so doing, guys, you are incurring a loss of potential gain when you're going for these other alternatives that you're choosing instead. So when it comes to time, wealthy people tend to optimize it by doing two things, guys. First is, instead of trading their time for money, they either purchase other people's time to work for them, i.e. they start a business and hire people so that those other people can earn their money, and also they acquire income producing assets so that they don't have to trade their time for money. And income producing assets could be anything from stocks and shares to cryptocurrency to property. There's lots of things out there, guys. And these assets that they own generate income for them. Following on from this is a foundational millionaire habit, which is that they invest, guys. They understand the importance of ownership and that owning assets produces additional income if you choose correctly. Sometimes passive, but not always, guys. 7 streams of income tends to be the magic number that quite a lot of publications talk about when it comes to millionaire. And these 7 streams are earned income, so i.e. your job or your business, profit income, interest income, dividend income, rental income, capital gains, and royalty income. So the rich invest and expand their streams of income. So diversification is a key word there, guys. And diversification of income, guys, is incredibly important. When you look around you right now, and you can easily count on your fingers and toes the amount of people around you that are either furloughed or have lost their jobs during this pandemic. If you can remember back to the 2008 crash as well, it was a very similar situation for people back then, losing their jobs and sitting unemployed, bills mounting, sinking further into arrears and debt. And I learned back then, hey, you can protect yourself to a large degree by having multiple streams of income, so that if one fails, i.e. your earned income, for example, you have others to fall back on, guys. So invest, invest, invest. Next is that they have an investor's mindset, linked to the point before. Mind on their money and their money on their mind.
Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
For those that also studied economics at school or uni like me, you'll know that it's a behavioral science. And people, including me and you, we make our financial decisions based on psychological and emotional aspects, not just money and numbers, guys. So therefore, having the right mindset is so important, guys, if you want to make consistently optimal decisions that will build your wealth over time. It's your mindset, guys. And the rich and wealthy tend to cultivate an investor's mindset so that it frames every decision that they make. So investing is almost part of their subconscious, to the point where they're constantly spotting potential opportunities where 90% of people don't even see them, guys. So you might be on holiday and come across a service or a concept or a product that you've seen in that country that you've never seen before. And whilst everyone there is just enjoying it and saying, oh, how nice is this, whilst you're on holiday, a person with an investor's mindset might be thinking, hey, this is lovely, but this might work back home in my country. Maybe we can replicate this. Maybe we can franchise it when we get back to our country and earn money from it. And then following on from this, guys, is that they're constant learners. When you learn more ways to accumulate wealth, guys. It's that simple. The oldest book in the world, the Bible, says that people perish through a lack of knowledge. And the number one investment in life that you can make, guys, that gives the best hands down returns is education. Educating yourself. Be a constant learner, guys, and never stop being a student. Never think that you've learned it all and that you've clocked it and completed the game, to use a Super Mario reference. I never stop educating myself, guys, and neither do the wealthy people that I see, especially during my time in banking. Just as a slight tangent, I listened to a really interesting podcast with Mark Zuckerberg. He was being interviewed recently, and he said that the motto within Facebook was to move fast and break things. He explained that he encourages his workers to constantly be learning and trying new things. They don't necessarily get the execution perfect all the time. They break things, but that's not the goal. The goal is to learn, evolve, and implement constantly and quickly. And in the process, you might break a few eggs, but that's all part of constantly learning and innovating, because through that comes growth, guys. Okay? And then lastly is that they don't brag about their wealth, guys. One thing that I've noticed working in banking, especially in credit risk and in society in general, I don't know about you guys, is that truly wealthy people don't spend a lot of time obviously flaunting their wealth. Some do, but most don't. There's a certain type of person who needs to show you that they have money. They need to show you that they've worked hard and that they're able to buy nice things, and they deserve it, right? They'll spend on and buy things that signal their wealth in a really obvious way, like designer brands with the logos just like clearly visible, like a Superman logo on their chest. You know, expensive cars, and there's nothing wrong with expensive cars, by the way, but they'll eat at the best restaurants and brag about it all the time. Don't misunderstand me. I do think that if you've worked hard, you deserve to spend your hard-earned money on nice things, guys. You know, just as a slight tangent, actually, me and my wife were talking the other day about Jeff Bezos, right? He recently got announced as the richest man in the world, $200 billion or something like that, which is insane. And we had a really interesting debate. My wife said to me, should he have to give up some of his money? Is it fair that he earns that much? And it was an interesting debate. Her position was very much like, yeah, he should have to give it up. It's not fair that somebody earns that much money. I, as a capitalist, I was like, you know, this guy has worked hard. I've watched interviews with Jeff Bezos dating back to the early 2000s and I think late 90s. And he's just at the beginning of his journey, and he's talking about Amazon. He's basically saying, I don't know whether this company is going to succeed or fail, but what I do know is that I believe in my product and I believe in customer service. He was going on and on about customer service, and he was going into new territory. People were like, well, you know, you can't sell books online. You can't compete with stores and sell stuff online. Imagine that today. But he was very much like, I believe in my product. And you can tell that the man's worked hard, and he's where he's at now, 20 years later, the richest man in the world, because he's worked hard and he deserves it. He hasn't cheated his way to that fortune. He hasn't lied his way, not that I know of anyway. So he deserves what he has. How he spends his money, again, that is completely up to him. That's a different matter. But whether he deserves it or not, I 100% think he does, because if you work hard and people find value in your product, you deserve what comes to you. But anyway, that's a tangent, guys. Back to the original point of, if a person is overly focused on constantly signaling their money and their wealth to others, it smacks of insecurity, guys. I don't know what you think about their own status. So the majority of truly wealthy people often tend to be secure enough in their own wealth to not have to show out to everyone that they've got lots of money and how good they're doing in life. People know, they know, right? Look at people like Mark Zuckerberg or Warren Buffett, very understated people. Mark's always wearing hoodies, and Mark, like I know him, wearing hoodies, and Warren Buffett's like a very humble man. And funnily enough, having worked in the credit risk area of the banking industry, where I've dealt with many debt restructuring cases over the years, I've truly found that the profile of people who tend to boast and signal their wealth tend to be those very people who overborrow, overspend, and ultimately end up in financial difficulty as soon as markets move against them. Not all of them, because debt happens to all types of people. I've said that in previous videos, but it tends to be a bit of a theme amongst that kind of demographic of people. So guys, I say all that to say, stay humble with it. All of you watching my videos right now, you're positioning yourselves for success. You're like me, exactly where I was 6 years ago. If you're putting in the work, you're educating yourself, then it will pay off, trust me. But you need to stay humble when the money comes, guys, and when success comes your way. So those are my 7 habits that I've seen and observed during my time in the banking industry and from observing other successful people around me, guys. Put them into play, guys. Adopt them in your life. Make them part of your mindset, your subconscious, and I have every faith that you're going to be successful in your financial journey, guys. If you found today's video useful, don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next week.